Hey everyone, so I just got back from the premiere of me and Orson Welles. Yay! It was really exciting. So me and Jessica got there after her class, and um, the first when we got there, we sort of walked in, we're trying to figure out, where to stand and everything. And you see behind me, there's like all those people there, and then to the left, like the far left, there was nobody standing there. And so we were like, well, we might as well try. So we go over there and we get behind this fence, and there was no one there. So we're just sort of standing. And this girl comes over and she says, how did y'all get in there? And we're like, oh, we just opened the fence. And she's like, well, are you allowed to be there? Is anybody going to say anything? And we're like, I don't know. We're just going to find out. So we sit there and wait. She comes back there with us. And then finally, like an officer comes by and he says, are y'all contest winners? And we just sort of stood there and like stared at him. And so he says, again, are you contest winners? And Jessica says, we can be. And he says, either you are or you aren't. Yes or no. And so finally I was just like, no, we're not. And he was like, yeah, you're going to have to get out. So as we're leaving, Jessica asks him, like where the celebrities are going to come by. And he says, oh, actually over there in the middle, the car's going to drive up right through here, drop them off, and then they're going to walk out, sign autographs, and they'll be over on that side. And so Jessica says, okay, well, if there was one place that you would recommend for us to stand, where would it be? And he says, probably over there in the middle, where there's hardly anybody. So we go over there to the middle, and we're sort of standing there, just sort of chilling. And then we actually waited a couple hours. Thankfully, me and Jessica had gotten dinner before we left. Otherwise, we would have been starving. And we ate it like before the premiere and everything. We got there kind of early, like 3-ish, 3:30-ish. And then and the premiere didn't start until 6. So, we were just kind of sitting around. So thankfully we had dinner. But anyway, this guy was coming around with these bracelets. Let me show you. It says Me and Orson Welles, name of the movie. And then the other side is my fave. It says, let's see if you can read it, Team Efron. Hilarious. Yeah, I was really excited about it. I'm still not sure if I'm going to give it away or what, but it was pretty exciting. And then anyway, after that, they're getting the crowd excited, and the first actor to come up was actually Zach. And a couple days earlier, I'd gotten this from my cousin Edwin. Yeah! He's going to be so excited. It's like a whole book dedicated to Zac Efron, like about him or whatever. And then I got him to sign it. Awesome! Yeah, check out this picture. Can you see it? Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty cool. It was kind of exciting. He didn't really say much, so I don't have very much comment as far as his personality, but he's definitely a pretty good-looking guy. He's got really pretty blue eyes, really nice hair. My pictures are on Facebook, so if you want to see them, definitely go do that. Also, after that, other celebrities came by, but they were mostly British celebrities, like people from the X Factor, Strictly Come Dancing, that kind of stuff, no one particularly famous, other than Claire Danes, but she was a bee. She didn't stop. She actually went around, like she sort of stopped here, went to disabled people, and then sort of just kept walking. And Zach was really cool. He actually, for a while, I thought he wasn't going to come by us because he left our side for, like, the dead last. And so I was really scared that he wasn't going to come by. And then this guy, Brian Friedman, he is choreographer for a lot of really popular Britney songs, like Toxic and I Love Rock and Roll, stuff like that. So that was pretty awesome. I was really excited. And actually has a funny story. Like, he came up to us, and our side had all Americans, and so none of us knew who we were, which is actually kind of funny because he's an American himself. He was born in, like, Arkansas or something. But actually Arizona. I don't know, whatever. And so he comes up to us, and he started looking at us, and I was like, I want his autograph. And he says, do you have a pen? And I'm like, no. And then he sort of just standing there looking at me. He's like, and I was like, somebody give me a pen! Like, really ridiculously loud. And so everybody around me is, like, laughing, and somebody had, like, handed me a pen. I don't even know who it was, but somebody handed him a pen, and he signed it for me. It was really cool. He was a really nice guy. Definitely my favorite now. And so after that, we were sort of standing around, and if you can see those, like, where that poster is down, let me see if that poster right there. they sort of have them all along the barricades, and I mean, it keeps them from looking ugly, really, because the barricades are kind of ugly, and so they're aligned like all alongside like the aisles and everything along the red carpet, everything, and then once the premiere is over, you're allowed to just rip them off, and so all these people were ripping them off, and then we were sort of joking about it, and Jessica, for some reason, decides to take it off. And then we're sort of left with this poster, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to take it on the train, you know, whatever. And so I'm walking around with it because I'm trying to find like a funny place to put it, really. And so I'm walking around, and then I decided that I wanted to like try and see if Zac Efron would come back out because I wanted to get better pictures of him. I wasn't really happy with the pictures that I had. And so we go over there, and yeah, we go over there, and I'm sort of walking around. It's really crowded. All these people are there, and I trip. And keep in mind, this poster is huge, okay? It's like, it literally comes up to my shoulder. It's ridiculously wide, and as you're walking, it hits everything. Anyway, so I'm walking with the poster. I trip, and my arms literally go through to the air, and I'm like, oh my God! And I stabbed Valerie in the leg with the poster. I punched some other girl in the back. It was so outrageous. And this cop comes up and he says, "Watch where you're going." Oh my God. It was the funniest thing. Me and Jessica laughed for like 10 minutes or something. It was so funny. But then after that, me and Jessica were, or not me and Jessica, we were all like walking and trying to get ready to leave, you know. And then these girls ask a cop to take a picture for them, you know, the three of them in front of the theater. And so she does, and she's taking the picture, and another cop is standing there watching. And then this guy tries to walk right in between them. So the cop stops him and puts a hand in front of him. The guy looks at him and he's like, you know, what did I do? And the cop says, "They're taking a picture, mate." It was so funny. But anyway, after that, we sort of left, and that was basically it. I left my poster on the tube, actually, which was really funny, because I sort of just left it there, and then as people would walk by, you could see them, cock their head to the side and start reading the poster. It was hysterical. And yeah, pretty awesome end to a night. Bye.